What's going on, guys? It's your boy Darren on the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I talk about fragrances on this channel, of course, but we also get in to talk about some style and some grooming content as well. My goal is to make sure that when you guys go outside every day, not only that you smell your best, but you look your best. So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting, of course, that little icon down there as well. That way you go ahead and subscribe and make sure you get all the content, the bell icon. That way when I upload a new video, you'll get notified. On today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about the newest release from the brand by Kilian. One of the most, for me personally, highly anticipated releases of the year. For those of you that don't know, I'm pretty sure some of you do. Huge fan of the brand of Kilian. I think now I have about over 37 or so fragrances from the brand. So it's safe to say I'm a huge fan. So I was highly anticipating this new release. I dropped a video a few weeks ago about some upcoming fragrances that I wanted to get my hands on at this point. Honestly, I think I've got my hands on most of those fragrances as they now have been released to the general public. And I'm talking about the newest one called Old Fashioned. Oh man, couldn't wait to get my hands on this. Super excited to share my thoughts with you guys. So I'm gonna run the intro, and when we come back, we'll get into it. If you want to hear my thoughts on the newest fragrance from Kilian, Old Fashioned, you know the routine, fellas. Keep it locked right here. It's go time, show time, flow time, you know time. That's right.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to jump right into this video. The newest release from by Kilian, Old Fashioned. All right, here's the bottle, or the box, I should say. So here is the box. It says Old Fashioned Kilian there on the front. This is 50 ml, 1.7 fluid ounces in EDP concentration. When you remove the top of the box, here is your bottle that sits in this beautiful Art Deco glass. Looks like, of course, a drinking glass. Absolutely beautiful. Kilian a few years ago started releasing fragrances from their Licorice collection that all had the same presentation as far as in the Art Deco glass here. Lovert, I think. What else did we have in this bottle? Apple Brandy on the Rocks, of course. We had Angel Share. There's another one as well, but then we have this one. Of course, we have Old Fashioned, the newest release. So, I'll give you guys a spray here so you can kind of see what the sprayer does. Nice mist. Let's look at, while that's kind of drying down a little bit, let's look at the overall presentation on the bottle here. You have a K on the top of the glass. Of course, the front, you have a beautiful diamond-shaped plaque that says Old Fashioned Kilian. There on the bottom, of course, a little bit of batch code information and things of that nature on the bottom. But other than that, not much else going on with the actual presentation. But I will say I do really love this particular presentation from Kilian. Just kind of just makes sense, you know, what the fragrance brand is all about, you know, liqueurs and, you know, that kind of stuff. So to have the idea to come up with the nice Art Deco drinking glasses is just, you know, a beautiful touch to me. Really looks good in the collection. As far as notes on this fragrance, now, interestingly, you have Wheat Absolute, you have Cedar Wood and Divana and Tolu Balsam as the notes. Now, stop me if you've heard this before. What is this fragrance really a re-release of? It is just really a re-release of one of my favorite by Kilian of all time, Single Malt. This one right here, Single Malt. Now, there's really, honestly, no difference in the note breakdown. I think vanilla is in this as well. Really no difference in the note breakdown of these two fragrances other than they list plum for this fragrance and they list the Divana as a note in Old Fashioned. But to be quite honest with you guys, and again, you can say I don't have the best nose in the world, whatever the case may be, I don't really smell a difference between, this one, Old Fashioned, and Single Malt. I think if you actually read the PR and the marketing for this fragrance, they actually mention Single Malt. And in a way, it kind of, to me, in a way, if you read the PR, if you actually go to Kilian's website and read the, like the PR and the overview of this fragrance, it kind of says that it's a re-release of Single Malt, if you will. But that's exactly what it smells like. Now, it retails for $275. The master perfumer of this fragrance was one of my favorite perfumers, Sidonie Lancesor. She actually did this one. She did some other fragrances from Kilian that I absolutely love, Black Phantom being one of them. So I'm a huge fan of her work, and I am a huge fan of Old Fashioned. Now, I don't have a problem with this being a re-release of Single Malt because I have been using this so sparingly, and it's such a special fragrance to me, man. I got this for my 40th birthday, and it is without a doubt in my top 5 Kilians, and it had been discontinued for a while. So I was always concerned about, well, how am I going to get a backup of this, without having to sell a kidney or an arm and a leg. And now we have Old Fashioned. So it's just kind of a re-release of Single Malt, but in a new and updated and modern presentation. Again, in the nice, beautiful Art Deco glass. Again, for me personally, I don't really see a smell of difference between the two fragrances. So some people have tried to kind of say that they don't smell the plum. Again, I smell like the exact same fragrance. So, whether that's people saying they smell the plum or not, I do pick up a plum-like vibe in this one as well. It was in the initial, so it is what it is. It says Divana, but it smells just like Single Malt. So again, it retails for $275. Obviously, a fragrance like this, Old Fashioned, it is very boozy in the opening, and honestly, it's for me, very simple to describe what this fragrance smells like. That wheat, boozy whiskey kind of thing. You get that, for the duration of the fragrance, but you also get a lot of that cedar wood. Honestly, when you think about this particular fragrance, this brand and Kilian, what it stands for, it kind of smells like that whole process of how whiskey is made. The whole process going from the initial kind of mashing of the wheat or the barley or whatever they're going to use to make the whiskey, and then the fermentation process and all that kind of stuff, and then it aging in oak barrels. That's exactly what this smells like. So it's an amazing kind of interpretation of whiskey, but kind of the whole process, honestly, of how whiskey is kind of made. You kind of get that here because you really get the smell that can help you visualize what that process is like from putting the whiskey in these oak barrels and it kind of aging over time. That's exactly what the fragrance smells like. It is a phenomenal fragrance, in my humble opinion. Great for what I feel like is going to be a great fall, winter fragrance. So I think they were perfect as far as the time of the release of this fragrance as well, because I think it's going to absolutely flourish in these upcoming seasons, which is has been the same case for Single Malt as well. Now, obviously, as far as occasions, I would definitely say this one is going to be a fragrance for going out. It definitely has that kind of scent profile to it. I could see somebody rocking this with a date. I'll probably actually blend this with Angel Share on a date. I think that would be an amazing combination. That you heard it first here. I'm definitely going to try that, but even by itself, I think you could definitely pull it off on a date in the cooler temperatures. This fragrance was made for the cool to cold weather. Absolutely love it. If you love boozy fragrances and you're a person that has wanted to get your hands or your nose on Single Malt and you never had a chance to do so, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Single Malt Reincarnated in an updated presentation. Give yourself and do your nose a favor and smell Old Fashioned. Guys, these are kind of my initial impressions, so I don't have much to give you as a race to performance. At this time, I'm going to wear it some more so I can come back and give you a report on how it performs. But I have put it on my skin and it seems to do really well. So far, so good. Yesterday, I actually wore it out and they're projected pretty good for about the first 2 hours, lasted for about 7.5 hours overall. But again, I want to wear some more to kind of give more data on that, but that's just kind of when I wore it yesterday on my skin, what it did. But have you guys had a chance to try this one from Kilian Old Fashioned? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? I would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time. I appreciate your attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information or even find this video or this content entertaining. I'm your guy, Darren, the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Guys, get your nose on this one. I really enjoyed it.